Hey everyone, it's Ben from the Ben Scented. Welcome back. And if you're new, please make sure to like and subscribe to stay updated with everything fragrance related. Today I'm going to talk to you about an amazing fragrance that I think is signature scent worthy. Stick around and I'll tell you all about it after the intro. Have you ever had the feeling that a fragrance that you're sniffing now reminds you of something you had worn many years ago? Well, that's what happened to me. I get to what I mean in a bit, but first off, I want to start by thanking Max Aroma for sponsoring today's video. Today, we're going to talk about Blend Oud Safari. So Blend Oud, let's talk about the brand first. Blend Oud is an Italian brand, but it builds on a 1,000-year-old tradition. These are not my words, these are the brand's words. You can find them all on their website. The idea here is that Arabic master perfumers from way back when had amazing know-how of how to blend different types of fragrances to create perfume. This has been handed down from father to son through many generations until today, and this is what they're doing now. They're blending together their fragrances under the brand Blend Oud, which encapsulates their tradition. Today's fragrance name is Safari, and the name stood out to me for two reasons without looking at the notes. One, I was thinking of the outdoors and fresh, and second of all, I thought of animalic. Two things I absolutely love. I love animalics, I like oudi fragrances, I even like fragrances with civet, I don't shy back, but I of course also love fresh fragrances, outdoorsy fragrances. Now, talking about outdoors, to me what I expect is something that is more radiating than a fragrance that is made for indoors, so potentially not office safe and more radiant than the typical fragrance made for indoors. Those were my thoughts when I first read the title. Now, jumping right into it, Safari by Blend Oud. I like this. At the top, we got incense, coriander, and lemon. I can definitely smell the lemon up top. It's not bergamot, which we know from many fresh fragrances. It definitely is lemon. It's got a lemon vibe to it. I would even say like a lemon drink. It is definitely there. The coriander, it's a little bit of a spicy twist, and the incense is definitely there from the get-go. In the middle, what we have, patchouli, papyrus oud, and palisander rosewood. And at the bottom, we got oak moss and some tobacco. Now this fragrance smells beautiful, smells absolutely beautiful, but I do have to say it does remind me of a fragrance that I actually used to wear as a signature scent. Yes, many, many years ago, I did wear a signature scent that reminds me of this, and that is the Oud IMMORTEL by BYREDO. Now I will say this, given the nose I have today, I would never wear this as a signature scent for several reasons. First of all, I go through different fragrances every day because I'm doing my reviews, but also this is definitely not a safe fragrance. It definitely radiates, it definitely stands out. In the winter, I could definitely see myself wearing it. Signature scent, I'm not 100% sure, but I did wear it. And just as proof, this is one of my bottles from 2017. This is bottle number 2 or bottle number 3. You can see how much juice I got out of it. And it does actually still show the information of BYREDO from back then. So just as a comparison, and I don't want to get too much into this, you can see that the old bottle has a different typewriting of BYREDO as the new one. The new one has kind of like a new age writing of BYREDO, whereas this one still has like the classical BYREDO look. In any case, these are the fragrances. The older one does smell a little smoother, to be honest. So why am I comparing this to Oud IMMORTEL? Well, it's very simple. So it reminds me of it. It is very different. It's a little rounder. But let me talk to you about Oud IMMORTEL. So Oud IMMORTEL by BYREDO, yeah, has a smoother start, to be quite honest. It does not start as incensey. So we got incense, cardamom, and a lemon note. They call it limoncello, which just gives it this smoother kind of vibe. Limoncello is an Italian alcoholic beverage, which is slightly creamy. So I do get that here. In the mid here, we got oud, patchouli, papyrus, and Brazilian rosewood. Now, if there is a difference between the two rosewoods, I don't know, but the two brands are making this difference. And the base notes here as well are oak moss and tobacco. Now, the reason I compare these two is even though the notes are relatively similar, if not identical, there is a slight difference. So Blend Oud Safari does start off a little more stringent. I think it's because of the coriander that the start starts off a little more smoky and a little more in your face. But it is a beautiful fragrance, and on the dry down, I do have to say, they both go into the same direction. Now, I will say that the notes that we're given and the notes that are available on websites such as Fragrantica or Parfumo, these are just some ingredients that are given to the public so we have an idea of what it smells like. But quite frankly, there's much more that goes into fragrances than just the notes that we're given. So some brands, for example, only give 3 notes, others give tons of notes. So 2 brands come to mind when I say tons of notes. One is Rouge à Parfum, which gives a lot. And then of course, if there was an award in giving as many notes as possible, Spirit of Dubai would win it with page-long listings of their notes. But stick around because I'm gonna be reviewing one of Spirit of Dubai's fragrance very soon. So make sure to subscribe and press that notification button so you find out as soon as I post a video. Although both fragrances have identical or similar profiles online, does not mean that they actually have to be identical. And in this case, I will say this: if you want something bolder, something that makes a statement, Blend Oud Safari is definitely it. This one really kicks in from the very beginning. It's way more incensey. It will make an impact when you come in. Now, I will say neither of these are animalic, but Safari definitely reminds me of the outdoors. It does have something more of a Middle Eastern vibe to it. The incense is raw. It does remind me, as the brand says, Middle Eastern fragrances. It does remind me a lot of Bahoud, or but not Somali Bahoud, which is softer and sweeter. This is raw. This really reminds me of incense, churchy incense, even to a certain extent. It is a gorgeous fragrance though, so something that you will really stand out with. Oud Immortel, on the other hand, you can see that it's more refined, something that you could wear, that you could potentially wear to the office. So, you know, given that I review fragrances, I wear bold fragrances all day, and you know, it might bother some, it might not, but you know, that's part of my job. However, I will say this: if you are thinking between the two and you want something to stand out, have more of a Middle Eastern twist, Blend Oud Safari is definitely it. If you want something a little more tuned down, BYREDO's Oud Immortel could be a good counter with the same DNA. So both Blend Oud Safari and BYREDO's Immortel are available at Max Aroma. Feel free to use the link in the description below. I'll make sure to put down any discounts that I can get you guys. But Max Aroma does have amazing prices for these. And if you're looking for an amazing fragrance for the winter and even the spring to really stand out, to make a statement, to be incensey, but also refined, Blend Oud Safari is definitely one to grab for. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching my review on Blend Oud Safari. If you liked the video, please make sure to like it, share and subscribe, and press the notification button so you stay up to date with my new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay scented.